Hello, JT Smith, back to you for another Identify Things to Retouch in an Image. This will be our second installment, and photographer Riley Suit submitted this lovely image of this lovely model, and I want to get into it right away. But anyway, this is the retouched version that you're looking at here. The very first thing that we did was gone in and adjust levels, and this is how it was submitted to me originally. Let me just kind of blow that up just a little bit so you can kind of see. It was kind of come in kind of I wouldn't say muddy, but it was kind of coming in kind of flat. So what I did was I just adjusted the levels to brighten that up a little bit, and I think it helped the outfit and helped the wall back here on the living room wall. Well, I assume it's the living room. I don't know what type of room it is, but this looks to me like a front door or something to that nature. And then this light kind of comes in and gives a nice little rim right here, and we'll get into that. So anyway, I just kind of brightened that up a little bit, got rid of some of the gray and the white, and just did a simple level adjustment, and then just to brighten that up a little bit. I noticed the colors kind of went flat a little bit, so I just increased the vibrance just a little bit. I don't know that that's going to come across on the video, but I will switch that back and forth. And what I done is just kind of warm that up just a little bit after that. Okay, now after I just mentioned this beautiful light coming through this door and kind of coming through here and creating this nice little rim light, as you see right through here, little separation here, right there on the hand, on the wrist area right there, and then right around her cheek line right here, you can kind of see that nice little pop that you have here. The problem with that is that it creates this vision of the peach fuzz that so many of us have, okay, because this is going against the dark hair, and the peach fuzz kind of come in. So that was the first thing that when I was looking at this image that I wanted to take care of. And all I did was take the polygon lasso tool, if you will, and just kind of mask that peach fuzz out. And then I just gone in there and then clone stamped that and then just cleaned that up a little bit. So anyway, so that's what I did there. That's the very first thing that I identified. And you can see my retouching work right here. So we cleaned that up nicely, okay? But that was the first thing that I seen that I wanted to take care of. One of the things that I do want to compliment on, let me just switch that back and forth just so you can kind of see. I hope that comes across on the video well. And so anyway, we cleaned that peach fuzz up. I love her expression. I think her expression is absolutely darling. It just kind of screams confidence. Such a lovely woman here to photograph. And so I really love the lips and everything that to that. It's just she's very confident. To me, she's very warm and very comfortable in her home. And I just think that works really, really nicely. So anyway, so what I coming in here, I wanted to, of course, the acne and the skin flaws and things like that. We kind of went in here and the pit marks and stuff and kind of taken care of. But one of the decisions when you're identifying something, in an image, is the nasal fold area or a dimple, and you kind of want to think that through and kind of see if I take that away, is it going to like look unnatural? Is it not going to look like her, or what have you? So anyway, with this expression, I decided to leave this dimple mark right here in. I did not retouch that. Yes, it's a little dark and it can be, unattractive in a way, but then again, it can be attractive because when you're just viewing the image naturally, you're going to see the dimple, and then you're going to see that natural kind of look to this model. So naturally, with this expression, that dimple right there would actually be there anyway, even if she didn't have the nasal fold area right in there anyway. And so I'm going to leave this right here, as you can see. So as I retouch that, you can kind of see where I've taken care of that and kind of gone in there and left some texture, but I left that mark right there and didn't really touch that. Now, I might have diffused it just a little bit, but I did not take it out because I think that is a natural expression line that we can leave in there and not have to retouch that out of there. Okay, so that is something that you're going to have to make a decision on. 5 times out of 10, I'll leave it. Sometimes I'll take it out, just depending on how the overall structure will look, whether the model is smiling, whether we can have a natural dimple line, etc. So use that when you're, identifying things to retouch, and just think about that, whether, whether that's going to be natural looking or whether it's unnatural or whether it takes away from the photograph itself, on that part right in there. Okay, so as you can see, as I switch back and forth, now let's just talk about the eyes for a second. I wanted to take care of the crow's feet kind of lines over here, and I wanted to take care of some of these harsher lines right here, and then I kind of wanted to smooth the skin up in here and try to get rid of that unevenness, if you will, right underneath her eyes. But I did want to keep some texture there. I did not want her to look 16. And so as I switch back and forth, you can kind of see what I've done. I left some lines here, just softened this one right here, and then right here, and left this up there. But for the most part, you can see that I did go in and do some skin blending right along in through here, and then right along in through here as well. So that's something that I identified, but I also wanted to leave a little bit of texture so it looks real and doesn't look over retouched or very soft or very China doll looking type of retouch. Okay, all right, so there you go. The next thing is the bridge of the nose right here, and as I switch back and forth, you can kind of see some of the pit marks in her skin. I wanted to take care of that, but yet I wanted to leave some texture in there as well. So I just used the healing brush and just gone in there and kind of cleaned that up, kind of down and dirty. Okay, so cleaned that up. Now, when a model wears makeup, okay, and during your sessions and all kinds of expressions are happening, sometimes the forehead lines can kind of increase, okay? And so I like to just take care of these dark lines regardless of whether it's a makeup issue or whether it's something natural or whatever. I will go ahead and take care of that. If I see these lines here, I'll just retouch them. I do not think it takes away from the age of the person. I don't think it does any damage to go ahead and take care of those forehead wrinkles at all. So what I did was gone in there and just healed that. And then, as you can see, I also noticed this little fine hair that came down through here. And then, as you can see from my retouching on the forehead smooth up here, you can see that I've taken care of that a little bit further and just kind of smoothed a little bit of that forehead down, just a little bit right there with this layer right here. So, getting back here, I noticed that the image is kind of cattywampus. Well, which way? Yeah, this way, I guess it would be. So I noticed that it was a little off kilter, just a little bit, as you can see here. Let me just bring the lines up right here. So let me view the extra lines that I got here. So you can kind of see right through here that should probably level up just a little bit. So you can probably arbitrarily rotate that counterclockwise by 1 or something like that, and just kind of smooth that up a little bit. Riley, I think you have some room down here to work with, that you can arbitrarily rotate that no problem in the canvas, and so that's something that I would do, because these little diagonal lines sometimes can kind of bother me at times. Kind of like the horizon line in a landscape image, if it's not quite, adjusting properly or whatever. But that's one of the things that I noticed, that the background was just tilted just a little bit. So what I do is just arbitrarily rotate that back just a little and then recrop it at the final stage. And then you have an image that's going to be kind of lined out perfectly. Okay? So I would take care of that. That's one other thing, that I did notice as well. Okay, that's it as far as, identifying things to retouch. Let me just go back in here one more time and just see if there's anything that I missed as far as on my retouching level or anything else like that. So, we've taken care of the peach fuzz. Let me just back these off here quick. We've taken care of the peach fuzz. We've taken care of some general acne and different things. We left some texture in here. We did not want to make the model look 16. I think we did something underneath in the nostril too. Yeah, right in through here. So let's blow that nostril up right there. So we got a couple of hairs sticking out there or something. I don't know what that is. But anyway, I noticed that right off the bat. That's not attractive, especially for a female. So we got in there and kind of just smoothed that out a little bit. And I just kind of made a natural shadow line in here and made that work. Okay, so that's something that I did do. I just thought this was just kind of distracting in a way. And so I just kind of gone in and cleaned that up a little bit and just picked some nose hairs, and then I just smoothed that out and made that look as naturally as possible. And I think that's going to about do it. But just, yeah, this little stray hair here, once again, we just taken care of that and then gone from there. But thank you so much for tuning in to this Identified 2 section. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much to Riley Suit, a nice patron and a longtime member of Super Shoots Photographers and Models Group. And I just really appreciate the submission and allowing me to go in and identifying things to look at and retouch. Until next time, take care.